people in the YouTube world. What is going on with you guys today? How y'all feeling, man? How are you? How was your night? It's Tuesday. It's normally my day to telecommute, but I'm going in, my people. I am going in today. I'm going in because IG is looking at some of the procedures in which we're running in the department. That's no problem. We gonna have that interview today. I'm also going to two parties where people are graduating. I said graduating, where they are retiring. So two retirement parties. I've known one of the people for a long time. In reality, when I first started at my job, she was my first manager. And she is finally done today. It's her last day. She get to live the rest of her life just chilling. Hopefully, she invested her money, put her money away. Her pension is right. Hopefully, her 401k is all right. And she don't got to worry about working anymore. The other one, I'm kind of cool with her. I know that she's been investing and she's been doing right in her life. She's still very healthy. And she says she's traveling. She's traveling. Her family is from England. Her mother's in England. And she says she's going to go, uh, spend the rest of her life traveling. She said she done a lot with her money. And she says she's traveling and she is going to Europe first. She says she's going to England and then she's going to all of those other countries over there. And she chilling. And she is going to chill. So that's gonna be a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Hopefully I can be where they are within the next 10 years. Within the next 10 years, we just turned 46 today. Today is my B day. I am 46 now. I told you cats, man, I don't want to be at my job past 55, man, past 55. So I got 9 more years to make the proper investments to save some of my money. And hopefully, within that 9 years, we'll start up a business where I could supplement some of that income that I'm going to be losing when I retire, you know? So what's up with y'all? What are you guys hoping to do? What are you guys hoping to do for the week and also for the day? Man, I took that damn Long Island Railroad. I'm sorry, I took the N4 yesterday because the Long Island Railroad workers were on strike. That strike is now over. The strike is now over. And we're going to be able to take the Long Island Railroad again so things can go back to a little bit of normalcy. But yesterday, it was rough, man. Yesterday, it was rough. The last time I took the bus was years ago, people. Years ago. I'm talking about 7, 8 years. This same walk I used to take 7, 8 years ago. And I used to take the M4. And I forgot how crowded that M4 is, man. How crowded the M4 is. Now, the Long Island Railroad gets crowded, but it doesn't get crowded like that because in Long Island Railroad, you got a little bit of privacy. A little bit of privacy where you got space from everybody. But on that bus, there's no getting away. Ain't no getting away from all the people going on that M4. Then, especially because some Long Island Railroad workers took the M4. People that's traveling into the city to work, and it was rough, y'all. I mean, people all up in your face early in the morning. We got somebody on the check-in said inflatable banana said run. Jasper said in. Somebody said, oh damn, what's up, my dude? What's going on, brother? What's going on? Somebody asked me, where do I live? Somebody said to go run fast. Well, we're in Long Island right now. This is a suburb of New York City. I actually work in Queens, in the city, Long Island City. So it's about maybe 2 stops away from Manhattan. So I'm pretty close to New York City. I work in the city, but just in Queens. And y'all know the Long Island Railroad went on strike for the last like 3, 4 days. So we like 330,000 people travel daily on the Long Island Railroad. So it's one of the biggest, well, it is actually the biggest commuter train in North America. So it was a big deal when they went on strike, man. A lot of people were left trying to find alternate ways to work. So somebody asked me what time you got there. What time? It is 4:35 over here. Somebody said, so be safe. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'll try to be safe. My boy Brad Smith, he got the same name as me. What up, my boy Brad? I'm good. He asked me what's good. I'm straight. Somebody said, why you're walking around at night? You can't be safe, brother. I'm walking around. I'm on my way to work, my man. It's 4:30 over here, 4:30. Let me tell y'all a secret, man. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Now, this is Long Island, right? This is Long Island, so of course it's not gonna be the same way as New York City. Like if I took y'all with me over there to Jamaica Station out there in Jamaica, Queens, is definitely something different. Over here, it's not really one of those hours, especially on the weekday, where people will mess with you. Like on a Saturday, Friday night, if I'm walking on North Main that way, then it's chances that you run into stuff. Sometimes I get to the train station over here and you see a little bit of riffraff at sometimes, you know what I mean? But it's not really as pronounced as it is in certain parts of the city. So you could be in the area in the Bronx and Brooklyn, some spots of Queens, where it's definitely different than over here. And Jamaica is definitely one of those spots. You go around this time over there in Jamaica, Queens, by the train station, and you'll definitely see a lot of homeless people, a lot of people on drugs, just that type of vibe, man. It's different. It's definitely different, but you don't really get too much of that over here. Somebody said, I do late night walks, rules, rides, it the best. Exactly. Late night walks is definitely cool, man. Depending on the area you in, some areas are safer than others. But over here, it's not too bad, man. It's really not too bad. Where you from, Brad? Where you from, my brother? Somebody said, heck yeah, man. Good to see someone out there grinding. Keep it up. Thanks, my brother Paco 97. Thanks. Thank you, man. I hope you out there grinding too, or maybe you don't got to grind. That's even better. If you don't really got to grind like that, you set a system for yourself where you could benefit. And of course, you're going to grind, but just don't got to grind waking up early. We all grind somewhere. But I guess you pick your grind. You know what I mean? You pick your grind. So somebody else said, good morning. I hope you were doing good. My boy ZZ on the check-in. Yes, sir. I'm doing good. Where you been, my man? How's everything going out there in India? You told me that I think you said it was a famine or something out there, something y'all was having. Let me know what's going on out there. We got somebody else on the check-in said, I live in Houston. Ain't no way I could walk solo at 4 a.m. Yeah, I heard there's definitely some bad areas out there in Houston. Yeah, yeah, I definitely heard that, man. I definitely heard that. So, I mean, get a treadmill or something. Maybe walk inside your crib, you know what I mean? Get a treadmill or something. Get a treadmill. We got somebody else on the check-in. They said, them. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah. So I'm glad that the Long Island Railroad is off strike, my people. Because that bus, the M4, it was crazy early in the morning. Um, your senses are usually stronger in the morning. So I'm smelling everything. I'm feeling everything. The AC wasn't on in the bus. I'm out there sweating. Everybody sweating. People drinking coffee. You smelling people's breath. I'm like, man, people all up on you. Like, it was the craziest thing, man. Craziest thing. So I'm glad the Long Island Railroad off strike is going to be much, much, much quicker. Then I actually believe that the R and the W trains, they run in the morning. They have less hiccups than the E train. That E train could be a MFer. That E train in the morning could be a MFer. And like you guys think New York, all of New York is, you know what I mean? Like it's definitely like that in certain parts of Queens. So you'll get a lot of homelessness out there. A lot of homelessness on that E train in the morning. And anybody who don't think humans are animals, go ride one of them trains, man, when some of them homeless people in there. It'd be some of the most ungodly smell, yo. Smell like cat or something. Word. So some ZZ said LOL, struggle for everyone. In India, there are high crimes, there are high prices for oil, and the price hike is on peak. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of our gas out here is very, very, very expensive too. For regular, for regular, for a gallon, it's close to $5 out here in Long Island, man. You know, I saw somewhere they talking about in Cali, it's close to $10 a gallon. That is ridiculous, son. I wouldn't be driving. I tell you that. I tell you that I would not be driving if gas was that much. And it's high out here. So let's say you got an SUV. Depending on the one, you know, it's gonna cost you $100 to fill up that tank. It's gonna cost you $100 to fill up that tank, man. And that's just ridiculous, yo. That is ridiculous. Somebody said it's killing me. I just got out of the military and gotta wait to find a job because I'm about to go on a week trip. So gotta wait till after that to start the grind again. Now I hear you, man. You was in the military. What part of the military was you in? Also, where you going on your vacation, man? Where you going on your vacation and what part of the military were you in? I know some people, uh, you know, I got some uncles who served in the army. Shout out to them. Uh, who else? One of my favorite cousins, or one of my cousins that I really grew up with. We stayed in the house, same house together. So he kind of like my brother. He went to the Marines when he was about what, like 22, and it definitely he made a career out of it, and it definitely turned him into a respectable adult. You know, he was into like video games. Nothing wrong with that, but he didn't have any kids, no real girlfriend, no real job at the time. And he got one of the recruiters came, and you know his pops and mother they met in the army, so this was like already you know the what he saw growing up, and his father was always in the service, and when he was always thinking about it, you know he was always thinking about it. But then we had a friend who he met online, and his friend was in the Marines, and he was joining, and they basically joined together. So his friend joined like 1 month, and then he joined like maybe 4 or 5 months later. And for both of them, you know what I mean? It was definitely a respectable thing. Definitely a respectable thing. So who else we got on the check-in? GRB said hi. My boy. What? You said the train won't be running until noon? What? I got to go over there and check. I hope not, man. I hope's not. GRB said, hi, what up, GRB? How you feeling? Billy said, them. Somebody said, buy electric gas, buy. Somebody said, buy electric and gas powered vehicles. Got you, got you, got you. We got somebody else in the check in and said, do fit, no, do whatever. How you trying to mess me up? Cut it out, brother. Somebody said, who cares? Billy said, who cares? I don't know who cares, man. Hope somebody out there care. Hope somebody out there care. You know what I mean? I hope somebody out there care. But I gotta check this train, son. Hopefully the train's running. 'Cause I do not want to take that M4 again, man. I do not want to take that M4 again. At least my commute home won't be as bad. But that M4 is a beast in itself, man. The M4 is a beast in itself, my people. We got 11 people on the check-in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys are doing up early this morning, what y'all got planned for the day, and what you guys do last night. What you guys do last night, my people. Yep. And this, you know, today is my birthday. Another year down. I am 46. 46. Now's a great time to reflect on life, what I want to do, how I want to live the rest of my life. You know, 46. I break it down in quarters. So I'm definitely past halftime, y'all. Or I think I'm entering into the third quarter, man. The third quarter. If this was a basketball game, how would I say my life is going? Would I say I'm winning? Or would I say I'm losing? I would say in some areas I'm winning. Some areas I'm definitely behind. So this third quarter, I'm a grind, man. I'm a grind, you know. The difference is that I realized that in life, you can't box with God. I'm only a human. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I know time is limited. I know I'm not a Superman. So It's about picking and choosing where I want to put my efforts and my time, you know what I mean? And be smart about it. And be smart about it. Somebody said J-O-B. Somebody said happy birthday. Have 46 gay years. Billy, you stupid, man. Somebody said job. Somebody said, all right, brother. Well, happy birthday. Have a blessed day. I'm headed to the gym. All right, my brother. Get your workout on. Get your workout on. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Have a good day. You know what I mean? Somebody said job. What's good, man? All right. Funny. Y'all some funny people. We said 46 gay years. Y'all some funny people, man. You know? But nah, son, I did some bad stuff coming up. You feel me? I want to definitely cut some of that stuff because health is definitely wealth, man. I told you cats about my drinking habits when I was in my 20s. Lost my pancreas. Now I got diabetes, you understand? So me and drinking, man, we're going to become estranged friends this year and for the rest of my life because, I got to think about it. Every drink is like, a minute off my life now, especially with my condition. So I got to stay away from that drinking, man. You know what I mean? I got to definitely save better. You feel me? Somebody came in and said, what up? Hope you have a good day at work. Anyways, off. My B-day was yesterday. All right, happy birthday. Your B-day was on the 18th. Happy birthday. Mine's is today. We got somebody else on the check-in. They said, yo, you cool, bro. You ain't sensitive. I'll subscribe. Thanks, Billy. Thanks, man. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it, man. Appreciate the subscription. You know? So, yeah, we chilling, man. We chilling. Definitely chilling, son. Definitely chilling. So, yeah, man. Cut out a lot of things. You know, cut out a lot of things because time is definitely winding down. Definitely winding down. And I feel like the third quarter is definitely the quarter where you got to grind. You got to put your feet to the metal so that you could chill in the fourth. So that you could chill in the fourth. You could bench your starters. You understand what I'm saying? You want to bench your starters in the fourth and just cruise, you know what I mean? Definitely cruise. You want to be a cool older person, man. A cool older person. You want to be a 55-year-old and you want to be a role model to the kids. Show them that, what a life of discipline could be. You know? You got to show them what you don't want to still be young. Like, you feel me? I'm 46. I ain't out here trying to be 23 like some of these other older men still want to dress like they're young. Nah, man, I'm chilling. I'm that older dude that the young cats see on the streets. They be like, nah, I ain't gonna mess with this brother, man. I ain't gonna mess with this brother. They see me in the neighborhood playing, doing the little league stuff. They see me tutoring. So, you gotta respect that, son. You gotta respect that. So, people always tell me to worry about the YNs and all this. Nah, son, I build with the YNs, man. I build with the YNs. I don't go in the corner and judge them, tell them what to do with their life. Listen, I got friends that I grew up with when we all was the same age. Some of them got into the streets. And everybody can be reasoned with. People, some people out there, the outliers, they are definitely monsters. I've known some people you definitely don't want to see late at night on the streets because they're just menace. You know what I mean? Some people are menace. And, you can't really do too much about them. But, you just want to be a role model to the ones that you really could reach. So a role model to the ones you really could reach. You know what I mean? Somebody said Taurus. Yes, sir. Taurus is in the house. I'm on the mixture of a Taurus and a Gemini. So the people in my life, they say I got signs of a Taurus and a Gemini. But the funniest thing is I never could date Taurus women. Any of the Taurus women that I date, man, it's like, it's weird, man. We never, ever, ever really get along, yo. It's the craziest thing. It's weird. But yeah, I don't know what it is about some of these tourist women I meet and talk to, but we never really gel, son. It's the weirdest thing. Somebody said, what the F you on? What am I? Somebody said, all right, Texas for the encouraged, turn 55. All right, Troy turned 55. All right, you at that golden age, my brother. You at that golden age of 55. Man, that's a cool ass age, 55 years old. You seen a whole lot in life. You using your wisdom with things, and life could be enjoyable at that age. I'm envisioning a beautiful life at 55, man, where I could travel, where, I don't have any kids yet. So if I have a kid within this year or next year, my kid will be like 8, 9. Oh, that'd be a whole different thing that I never experienced in my life. So I'm thinking 55 is going to be cool. Definitely going to be cool. I hope I don't gotta put in these 14-hour days when I'm 55. So that's the type of stuff I look forward to. Somebody said, what the F I'm on about? I ain't on about nothing, brother, every single day. Y'all know I do. I come in and I shoot the breeze with you cats, man. The floor is open. I'm telling y'all what I'm thinking. Hopefully, y'all could get on the chat line and tell me what y'all thinking, man. That's what we doing, my brother. So we just chilling. We chilling. Nothing in particular. Nothing in particular. Somebody said, yo, just keep it simple and do. I can't say that. Nobody said that. He said, just keep it simple and do that stuff. Listen, man. I'll be scared, man. I'll be scared. The worst I ever did was smoke weed, son. The most I ever did was smoke weed. I never wanted to mess with cocaine. I never wanted to mess with crack, no fentanyl. I tell y'all, man, I came up in the 90s, man, in New York. And we used to make fun of crackheads, man. We used to make fun of crackheads. Like, they really wasn't the cool people. And if you grow up in a certain neighborhood, y'all know how crackheads get treated, man. They get beat up, disrespected. You see how it takes over people's lives. Like, it really becomes the only thing that they respect, some people. And I grew up seeing crackheads, you know what I mean? I grew up seeing crackheads, and it was never something I wanted to aspire to be. And also, I had like my mother, she never really did drugs. My father never did drugs. They always told me to stay off of drugs. And then, I knew drug dealers. Like, I got uncles, I got cousins who was drug dealers, and they would have smacked the hell out of me if they seen me messing with drugs. You understand what I'm saying? The stuff they were selling, they would have beat me down. There's no way I'd have been able to get away with that. You know what I mean? So what else we said? He said, what about Trump? He said, that's very bad customer service. Billy, you stupid, man. Yo, you're a fool, man. I ain't messing with you, son. Go to sleep, man. Go to sleep. Somebody said, what about Trump? I'm going to Trump's hometown. I'm headed to Queens, man. Headed to Queens. Where Trump and his family is from. I tell y'all, man, Trump's whole image changed, yo. Because growing up in the boxing community, boxing, also loving rap music. The rap music, hip hop did not hate Trump. Hip hop used to put Trump in a lot of their rhymes, And also in the boxing world, they used to have boxing matches at the Trump Plaza. So, I still kind of see him in that light. I also see him with the Central Park incident. I remember that when it happened, because those brothers was a little bit older than me, but I remember the implications of it, where people was going with it. So I definitely remember that. I remember the ad that he took out. I also remember people used to say that Trump was racist based off of his apartments, where they was putting like certain letters and stuff on black applicants' letters, supposedly. This was what they supposedly was doing. I don't know what happened with the court case. I believe that some of that stuff was unfounded, and then some of it they paid out of court. So, I don't know, but I don't really get into politics over here, man. We just keep it light. We just keep it light. Somebody said, you right. Yeah. Yep. But I'm about to get up out of here. I gotta go check and see what's going on with this Long Island Railroad. Hopefully we up, but we'll see, my people. I love y'all. Thanks for checking in. I will catch you cats tomorrow, man. Peace out, yo.